What makes a video game a masterpiece? Perhaps it's their ability to innovate the way we think and play. They're not our typical gaming experience. They seek to surprise us in order to leave a lasting impression on the players. Some games are considered masterpieces because of their story, others because of their gameplay. What makes Hollow Knight extraordinary is that it excels across multiple different aspects that combine beautifully together into one cohesive package. If I could describe Hollow Knight's story in one word, it would be confusing. We are introduced to a silent, enigmatic character known as the Knight, and immediately dropped into a seemingly pointless world. We don't know why we're here. We don't have any quests or missions that the game wants us to follow. We don't even know the name of our character. And that's what I love. At its heart, Hollow Knight's story is one of exploration and discovery. Our goal isn't to complete some laid out objective or reach a high score. Our goal is to uncover the secrets of this old civilization, long buried beneath the surface. This enormous world holds fragments of clues to its mysterious past, fragments that are just waiting to be pieced together by the player. Many players of the game say the beginning is their least favourite part, as they are confused about our purpose as the player. These people are missing the point. The game wants you to get lost. The game wants you to question your purpose. The game wants you to be confused. And once you're truly humbled by this, all that's left is an aching obsession to discover the truth of Hallownest. It won't take long until the player discovers the true vastness of this kingdom. From the luscious and vibrant flora of Greenpath, to the sorrowful and despairing rainfall of the City of Tears, to the dark, spine-chilling depths of Deepnest, Hallownest has some of the most diverse and distinct areas I have ever seen in a video game. Each area is stunning in its attention to detail, but perhaps more importantly, they all have a role to play in uncovering the lore of this world. These areas have their own micro-stories, which overlap with each other, forming a strong interconnection between all areas of the game. The placement of enemies within their environments is a masterstroke of world building. As players traverse the crumbling ruins of Hallownest, they encounter enemies that reflect the decay and destruction wrought by time and neglect. From the eerie whispers of the Soul Twisters to the frenzied attacks of the Mantises, every encounter tells a story, hinting at the rich history and lore that permeates the game's world. But uncovering the lore of Hallownest is easier said than done, as the game tests your abilities to the extreme against the many dangerous foes of this world. Imagine yourself standing before a towering adversary, their imposing form filling the screen as you draw your weapon in both fear and excitement. This is the essence of Hollow Knight's boss encounters, epic clashes against formidable foes that push players to their absolute limits, leaving them breathless as their hearts thud. What makes the bosses so exceptional is their variety and depth. With the graceful acrobatic movements of the Mantis Lords to the magical attacks of the Soul Master, each movement and animation is meticulously crafted and full of detail. The many characters the player encounters on their journey breathe life into the hauntingly beautiful landscapes of Hallownest. Each one has a backstory that adds layers to the game's narrative. Their dialogues and interactions with the protagonist reveal their personalities and hint at the larger story, making players emotionally invested in their fates. A multitude of NPCs, such as Mapmaker Cornifer and the adventurous Quirrell, provide insights into the culture and history of Hallownest. An amazing feature of these characters is that they are not static. Their stories progress as the player advances through the game. Through rich storytelling, emotional depth, and dynamic interactions, they create an immersive and compelling experience that captivates players and brings the world of Hallownest to life. It is a crime that I've gone this long into the video without discussing the music of the game. Composer Christopher Larkin has created one of the most beautiful soundtracks of a game I've ever heard. Each track fills the player with deep emotions that are specifically relevant to the area they are in. From the sorrowful music in the city to the captivating blend of whimsical melodies and rhythmic motifs in Fungal Wastes, the music sets the perfect tone for every moment of the game. The music dynamically shifts to reflect the intensity of the gameplay, with lightning fast tempo with boss fights to create intensity and excitement. The music always adapts to suit the mood, drawing players further into the experience. When I finished the game, I listened to the soundtrack constantly, and in my head I kept on being brought back to the world of Hallownest, showing how this breathtaking symphony of sound immerses the player in the rich, atmospheric world of the game. Hollow Knight is truly a masterpiece, and it's not just because of one or two elements, but because of its seamless integration of its story, world building, boss fights, characters, and music. As we revel in the greatness of this game, we look forward to a new chapter, and one of the most highly anticipated games ever, Silksong. But whilst we wait for what seems like a lifetime for this sequel, let's celebrate the masterpiece that is Hollow Knight.